Today I've had to give up the idea again of the mountains. I actually saw it for once, so it looks like the weather's getting better. I'm off to see what has been called the biggest waterfall in Tahiti, the biggest free fall. So that's what counts as the biggest waterfall. So let's go. So this starts as a little track. I don't know how long it's going to go. I've watched heaps of videos on it, so it looks exciting. There's a few waterfalls here, so I'm hoping to have some fun today, because yeah, there should be a lot of water here given the amount of rain we've had recently, and it's dry season, so basically it shouldn't be raining. There's something interesting about this valley. It's all cultivated, but nothing is edible. If you look here, they've got beehive gingers. So it's basically anything you can think of with the most beautiful flowers from the, there's a rat, from the ginger family. And the only thing you can eat is the coconuts. So really strange concept. Nothing here is for them to eat, maybe for ceremonies. Here's one of the famous river crossings. Not too bad today. So hop, skip and a jump. I reckon they've placed these rocks here. The air feels very heavy. So silly flying gnats. Here we go. It's getting a bit harder now. The only scratchy thing so far is this mimosa, and it's starting to close over, otherwise known as a sensitive plant. It's starting to close over the path, so I'm going to have to put on my gaiters. Today I'm in my creek shoes, reef shoes. At 1.2 kilometers we got another crossing. You could go a bit higher, no problem right now. Oh, nice cascades, they made that. I just caught a glimpse of a waterfall in the distance. Up until this stage, about 1.3 kilometers, it's just flat. River, creek bed, and yeah, we just follow this until we get into the forest somewhere. Not many people pay attention to this, but there's a waterfall marked on the map just at this point, and that's what I'm looking at. So even after all this rain, it's really not providing anything. I don't know if what I can see is rope or some small channels of water. But yeah, it spreads out a bit when it gets to the last spillover. Anyway, the mimosa is getting taller and taller. So I just got to watch out. It isn't vicious, but it's got these little tiny thorns that over the course of a walk, a million of them, could make you very itchy and sore. There's another crossing here. Let's see where it leads us. Maybe not a crossing yet. Let us into the creek here. Yeah, okay, I see where it's telling us to cross. That's the creek and that's the valley. Very nice here. Nice pool, except for the gnats. Right, they're leading us out of the creek. There's some cans to get us there, and then one up there towards the bamboo forest. This one's sort of strange. Nice pool there too. The gnats are at me every time I get into the creek. The gnats, they're annoying. Okay, it's here somewhere. What are they telling me? And this bamboo forest on the creek. They aren't native to here. The sun's come out again. Yeah, I can't open my mouth too much because of the gnats. This is interesting here. All the cans on the river probably get washed away in a big flood, guiding the way to where I need to go. There's a little cascade off the side there too. Here's that cascade. It goes up about there, and here's the cans. An interesting rock here, so we've got to go around here. And through here somewhere. This is a creek overflow area. This walk really twists and turns. And another cool thing right here is the king ferns. They must live all over the tropical Pacific because they're the same species as in Australia. Angiopteris evecta. Wow, look at this amphitheatre. This is what's coming out into the creek. There's a few levels of cascade up above me. Yeah, I might see it on the way back. So clean the water here. Really pouring out of there. That's not the way up. This water course here has something to do with the way up. So I've got to backtrack and see what's going on there. I found the track again, and here's a series of cascades. So up above this I go to the next level that I can see up there. This is the cascade, and just here is the track uphill. Beautiful. This is awesome. There's a cascade there, and then we come here and we got this one. Less slow on that compared to this one, but this one's flowing more and not as big. It is getting warm, so sooner or later I might want to take a swim. For once the sun's out, and it was gone for a bit. Yeah, there's our trail there. As far as it goes, this is probably the dodgiest part so far. It's been sunny for 2 days, so it's dried it out to a decent state. But I imagine this after the heavy rains 2 days ago. Wow, this would have been bad. There's a cascade there on top of the cascade, and then probably the same. I can't see that one over here from the bottom, and here's the valley. Wow, beautiful day. This is supposedly a viewpoint. Those two cascades are really providing some good falls downhill. Especially there's one of them's close to me. I can see the spill there, and it looks like it's going to be easy to get through there to the base of one of their drops, so I'll get that on the way back. It's just through there. It looks pretty flat. This is the trail, and it's washed out and water's flowing through here. So a lot of water's been coming through here lately. Got to trace where this is actually going to. Oh my God, you have to see this to believe it. That is full on. So these are the twin cascades here. Apparently there's an infinity pool there. So the plan is to get to that, climb up the next level there, and then see the base of those falls that are the tallest in Tahiti. Somehow I get to the base of that. So there's a fork here, and I'll see how it is for going downhill. Quite steep, I would imagine. I've gone to the base of a cascade. This is the way down, short and slippery. And here is a cascade here. Now we're at the base of that A cascade, but the twins, female twins they are, the twins are not here. But, whoa, I lost my foot there. Quicksand. There's another two tiers here. Maybe a third one down there. Yep, definitely. This is unbelievable here. All I can hear are cascades all around me. There's one to the left there. The twins, female twins. And some cascade down here. I'll see when I get down. Not far off. Look at this. This is when it gets interesting. Probably what I couldn't see, yeah, it is. And then there's this cascade here. So there's two arms of this. And those cascades around the corner that I saw have nothing to do with this arm of the creek. They're another creek. Wow, look at this. Base of the female twins. Ouh là là, elles sont jolies. So many gnats. Here I am, right near the upper falls and cascades. This is the so-called infinity pool. Just there. Let's see what it shows. How's this? And you feel the serenity. Woo! Fuck, I missed this. Just here, I went uphill again. Found some track going way up there, God knows where. Anyway, this is the track. Side view from the track. Oh, here's that other waterfall, and here's the track. The track didn't go exactly where my map had a trace. Anyway, I'm probably near the top of the female twins falls, and this is the way down. It's more slippery up here than anywhere else on the track. Why it's called Twin Falls. This is the infinity pool, and I believe the safest place would be to get in the pool. Anyway, I can see that one and out towards the ocean. What a beautiful valley. There's lots of great pools here too, but I'm just around the corner from this waterfall. I'm rounding the corner to my destination. It's been really good. This creek gives you a lot of bang for your buck. I've actually seen a guy who went behind that waterfall, so I might do an Ian today and go there. Look at that. This is what I'm here for. Here I am at the base. Look at these. There's heaps coming down the side. And heaps of gnats at me too. Lunchtime. More than that. This one's for Ian. I'm going to this cave. You won't see the photo for a while, but I'm going there. Here I am in the cave, and this is the flow of the fall. Full on. Good. Here I am in the cave. Back on top of the female simple. Where I'm at. This is what it looks like. Wow, just as impressive as the first two times. Bloody gnats. At this stage, this cascade just looks like a series of 2-metre drops at a time. I can't see what's above that last one, but I'll just have a little try. So it seems I'm not the first person here. There's another cascade just above that. Maybe I'll get there, I don't know. After all I've seen today, they're just a series of short cascades, so I'm going back to the track and getting out of here. These ropes don't feel like they're so necessary on the way up, but the way down, that's quite steep there. Yeah, so I needed them. And another thing is there's a lot of king fern here. I went bush bashing and I'm really itchy from these. They have itchy hairs on them, so I don't like them. Here's that cascade over there, or two cascades, unbelievable. I'm going to throw myself in the creek when I get down the bottom. There's traces of someone having walked here today, but I'm the only one in the creek, and yeah, I fail to believe that after all the sun that we've had, that's still my tread on here. Strange.